make it to 30. I don't have the buddy quest on these days. I haven't been doing them as much lately. I guess I should try those again. But I know
Why?
you guys always.
Why did you decide not to do the buddy quest anymore?
I just had some not great ones, and I just found it a little bit frustrating. To go somewhere and then find out that it wasn't going to happen. Um, but yeah.
So you were getting a lot of failed buddy quests?
Yeah, just players. No, I just accept any friend request that comes in the game, and I don't even know who they are. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should do a big purge, but yeah, I found that I wasn't able to get them done successfully. So I was too lazy to purge my list, I guess.
You're highly involved in a lot of Discord chats that I would think you would know a lot of the players, just because you're out there all the time, like chatting and such. That I'm surprised that you there's ones you don't know. Just I'm always I always appreciate seeing your chats in any of the Discord, because I know it's I know what you're saying is actually fact versus just guessing and stuff. Where I always find your opinions very great to be able to read, and thoughts. Where I don't know, lots of people I'm sure would just add you because of things like that you're kind
no,
of.
I'm sure I could find a large number of reliable buddy quest people.
But I guess what he's saying though is there's a large percentage of people just add you that don't show up or not as serious as a result.
Yeah.
That I just had 4 or 5 bad experiences in a row, and then said I'm just turning off this feature, and that was probably 6 or 8 months ago, and I just haven't turned it back on. I should probably give it another chance.
I added a lot of people, or I think pretty much everybody who was in Toronto, and I found it's been pretty good. Although you do, I do get the odd ad on occasion, and I always look to see, A, do you have Discord? B, do you how high in the game are you? Just because I feel like if you're not, they might be a serious new player, but I don't know that, and I don't want to take that and have that type of problems. Where I know Atrocities is always having issues as well with his, or I shouldn't say always, but I know he's always I should get rid of this person, they're not responding, and other
I have
people
a fairly high standard, I think. So
but other people, even on our own London Discord, you get people going, do you know who so and so is? And so I guess I don't blame you, is what I'm saying, for turning it off, because it's frustrating when you can't get in touch with somebody, you can't find them, and then when you send them a message they don't respond, and just a hassle. But
yeah, I that was my experience, but maybe it's different now. Maybe there's less. Maybe it's just the keen people left on there. Right.
But you re-added the buddy quest because you're trying to get the experience, I take it now, for leveling up these cubies?
I mean, that's a good point. Yeah, you do get experience. I can probably get that. There's infinite volts, so I could probably hit the 50 volts or 35 volts, whatever it is, in about the same time as doing a buddy quest. But I think can't hurt to do them.
No. So how are you finding you're in, I guess, working from 19 to 20? Are the levels or experience you need to get continuing to increase, or is it reset?
Yeah, they keep getting harder, just like the account levels. They mirror the account levels. If you, I think the wiki is down right now, but when you can access it, you look up the account levels. That's what the QB staffing levels are. I think it's something like level 20 is something like 8,000 B, and level 10 is 1600 or something. So it's 6500 experience to get from 11 to 10, something like that.
So it didn't reset back to like level 11 is 1, 2. It's actually increased.
No, it just keeps increasing. Like it's like 450 XP to get from 11 to 12, and then 500 to the next level, 550, whatever. It goes up with each level incrementally.
So
Sounds very yes.
yeah, so you guys, you're racing off, so you get to level 30, I think, but it seems like level 31 is going to require like a ton more experience, given that you'd have to get a second one 30, which is going to be just astronomical amounts of experience, right?
Yeah. It'll be a while before anyone has that level 31 QB. As you said, you need a level 30 sacrifice, and if I'm lucky, I'll get to level 30 in a month, maybe a month and a half.
So how
I'll probably slow down. It doesn't seem like everyone else is pushing to get to level 30 as fast. So
Right.
however long it takes, a month and a half, 2 months, you need to double that to get to level 31.
Yeah. But no, I think
Now-
it's more than double because of the sacrifices you're going to need to push up, right?
Yeah,
So-
I mean, you can. There's a bunch of level 10s in the auction house right now. You can buy level 10s.
Yeah.
They're if you want to exploit that way. Once the dragon race is over, then I presume I can feel free to just buy level cubies as I need to get ahead if that's. I probably won't go to level 31 with the dragon. I'll probably stop at 30 because I want to use my architect QB and get a little bit more resin and level that. Level up the legendary for the trade check. So
Yeah.
I'll probably start again with the architect and set that dragon up to 30.
So
Now, in the chat, Gia is saying that she's having lots of bugs with hers. Are you finding any bugs with your gym?
I haven't experienced that, but a couple people have mentioned that to me. They have had problems where they turned their phone off, and when they turned it on, they'd had a 3-minute warning, and then it got kicked out and had to start again. So I didn't see that. Some people have like a fitness app they want to use when they're in the gym, and they don't want to leave the Cubieverse app running. So I don't mind leaving it on, or checking it every so often to see that it. But I never. I had to really go pretty far away from the gym before I got the 3-minute warning. I tested it, and it worked fine for me. But I have had a couple of people. So maybe it's like the Walking Quest. Maybe it's phone dependent.
yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Because I would think that the code they're using would be almost like identical or copy and paste from what they would have had for the sushi and the pizza, with that whole timing and distance and whatnot, whereby any of the bugs should be pretty much worked out. So
I would think so, but I mean, Sushi Quest have a pretty tight radius, so they. I think they've changed the radius for the gym. It seems to me like there's a much more generous, clickable, and within the gym radius.
I guess
so
that makes
they've tweaked the
sense.
code a little bit somehow.
Yeah, because I guess the gym,
But-
in fact, is be a much larger area, right? You could go to one of these
Yeah,
supermassive gyms.
It would be a pain to only be able to stay within one area within your gym.
Yeah.
For sure.
Annoying,
But-
wouldn't it?
Yeah, the gym where my gym structure is right in the middle of Toronto. There's a bunch of 60-story buildings all around it. It's there's lots of concrete and walls and stuff between. I can imagine it's possible GPS issues could arise. But I haven't seen that, but I've definitely seen from multiple people using the gym in Toronto that they've had some sort of bug with getting kicked out.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll look at that. They've put in bug reports, so hopefully they'll get ironed out.
Yeah, 'cause
Have you met
typically-
any new players at the gym that you hadn't met before?
I haven't. We got when we got the rewards, kickback rewards, it looked like 10 players had used the rank up feature. So I know of probably 3 or 4 of who those would be, but so there's 5 or 6 people that use the gym that I don't know who they are. So
Pretty
it's
neat.
quite possible I'll bump into someone there.
Yeah. Huh.
That's cool. It would have been nice if you had the option to turn on the show me on the map if when you're at the gym sort of thing. Similar to what they use at the kiosk or other events of that nature. That way
Yeah, that would.
you could know if somebody else is actually playing the Cubieverse and at the gym at the same time, if you wanted to allow that to happen. But,
Yeah, definitely as an optional feature, I think that would be neat.
for sure. And so you're saying that you're going to the gym more often now than you were before as a result?
I've been every day, so but one. So we'll see if it keeps up.
Awesome. And did you use a red key for it, or
I use the red key, so in another week, I'll have used up all my reward sessions, and then I'll have 2 weeks of no. You can only get 15 for 30 days.
Yeah.
So then.
And is that run on the same period as the Adventure Road, or is it like 30 days?
No,
from when
it looks like it's 30 days from when you put in the key. And it's not 31 if the month's 31 days. It's exactly 30 days from the minute you put in the key. There's a countdown telling you exactly when it's over and when you can start a new one.
So do you have a little icon on the left side of your screen then, kind of like the water fountain or something? Like, how do you know that you're actively using your 30 days? Like, is there?
Yeah, there's a counter when you click on your gym.
Oh, okay.
It tells you you've done 6 of 15 gym sessions or whatever, and you have exactly 21 days, 13 hours, 2 minutes to get in the last so many gym sessions.
Nice. So could you go multiple times in the same day to gym session, or how's that work?
No, there's a 23-hour reset timer from when you completed your last session. It was a 40-minute training session, and I know some players were preferring, like they did with the trade shacks, it reset at the game reset at midnight UTC, but they went with a timer from when you complete, and it's 23 hours instead of 24, so you actually can gain 20 minutes a day if you go around the same time. And,
that's a good way to I think achieve kind of what they're trying to do, because like I know when the trade shacks were initially popped out, it was on that same thing where you had 24 hours from the last time you used a trade shack. So you go there the next day, and if you're 5 minutes early or 10 minutes early, you're waiting. And the next day, if you're late, or next time, I guess you're late by 20 minutes or whatever, then it pushes your schedule off and whatnot. So having it slightly less than 24 hours, I think sounds like it's a good thing, and it kind of allows you to kind of personalize that time frame, but doesn't punish you for the normal variances in your schedule. So that's sounds like a good way to make that work.
I think it's pretty good. They also give you a message in game as soon as your gym has reset, so you know when it's reset, even if you don't remember when you went the last day, and you don't have to use it every day, right? It's even if you're doing the red, you're only getting only doing 15 in a month, so
Yeah. Like if I
you
was
don't have to.
going to the gym, like I always heard that every other day is kind of like optimal for a lot of stuff. Obviously, depending on how intense you are, you may want to go more often than that. But um, being able to go every day is great. And then the rewards from the each gym session, they are worthwhile. To get, I assume they're f- pumping a lot of experience into your cubies as a result.
Yeah, that's sort of why I'm going for it now, because I'm doing this leveling race, and I get 155 experience. You get 50 plus 5 times the level of your QB and 5 times the level of your staff. So I have a level 11 summer QB in there and a level 10 gym. So I get 155 experience. You also get a supposed to get a box. Initially, it seems like we were getting 5 boxes when that should only be one gym box every time, which gets you the materials to print the gym QB, which is dumbbells is the common. You need 2,000 of those. Protein shakes the rare. You need 1,000 of those, and there's the one epic item is creatine.
Right. Have you got the Epic
I,
resource yet, or how often is that?
I have, but I got it in a bundle of 5 boxes, so I don't know when they fix the 5 boxes if that's going to disappear, if that was one of the ones, because I was only supposed to get one box. So I'll cross my fingers, but I don't know for sure if I have it yet.
sorry,
I
what
don't.
was Epic?
The epic is creatine.
Okay.
Yeah, good for recovery. It's a nootropic. It's I think there's a lot of good studies on it.
Okay.
People who go to the gym and weightlift will generally take it.
Okay. And sorry, you got one, but it might get taken back.
I got one, but I got it
The
as
box.
one of 5 boxes, so I don't think that drop was was
Well,
correct.
fingers crossed.
You
You
got,
keep it.
you got the drop.
But I don't get the. I
think-
never get the blueprint anyway.
Right.
It always takes me like 6 to 8 months to get these, like the sushi blueprint or all these epic blueprints. So I'm
Yeah.
not expecting that anytime soon.
Cause
Odds
so
are,
is there a
the first print will
common
go to a random person.
and an Epic blueprint from the gym, or just the one?
Just the epic, I understand, for the
Okay.
gym. It's a little different than the sushi and the pizza. Yeah.
So it's just like having the masterpiece or chef, and that's it.
Master
That's
sushi
right.
chef.
A master sushi chef, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Master
that sounds
gym
like
chef.
it's a lot harder to get. Although, if you're
And
only
on-
dropping one box, but you're getting 15 attempts in a month, the odds are pretty good you might get in your first month, maybe.
So, what about payouts on Friday night? What are you getting in payouts?
So I got some paint.
Okay.
I got 2,500 of each of the 6 kinds of plain paint.
Okay.
So whenever you rank up a QB, it from level 10 to level 11, it takes 5,000 of each kind of paint.
Okay.
So I understand from the 100 Lodge, it's a 5% kickback on the paint. So if 10 people did a rank up, then that would be 50,000 of each kind of paint that went into the gym. So 5% of that is 2,500 of each kind of paint. You'd get back as the gym owner. I think there are supposed to also be key kickbacks. I don't know how those will work yet. There was talk of them being immediate. If you put a red key in, maybe you'd get like 5 green keys, like you do
Yeah.
with the red vault attempt. But I didn't see any keys in my returns, so I don't know if it'll be, you get a red key every 20 keys that go in,
I hope
or
not.
if maybe with the fountain, I think the keys weren't working right away, and they worked that out. So maybe, who knows how it works.
Yeah, because I think
I'll let you know next Friday.
20 red keys going in, you're waiting a long time to get a payback on that? Like not many.
Could be,
I
but
wouldn't-
red key's a pretty nice payback. So
yeah,
Would be.
for sure.
but yeah, we are always looking for uses for red keys. So the green keys would be extra special too.
Yeah. Gia said she only got 250 of each paint color back, so on hers.
I guess she
Right.
was the only one that leveled it up.
Yes.
So
Would you recommend people to build a gym then?
I think it's a great structure. I enjoy it. I think it's, I can always use an extra nudge to get to the gym. So if I can use my geolocation game addiction to help me get to the gym more often, that works for me.
for sure. Yeah, no, I think it's it'd be great motivation that way. I've
And
probably
if you don't have access to one, that's the
Yeah.
only way you're gonna get the level up your cubies is to build one
yeah.
beyond
Right.
level 10.
We might have to go take a trip to Toronto and use yours if we need to level them up or so. But although we probably
Let me
should
know if you
build
do.
one here, but it's take a while.
It's a Good Life, the one mine in the middle of Toronto. So if you're a Good Life member, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess that's another advantage of perhaps being a member of a larger gym chain like that, so you can use all these QB gyms around. So
Great.
that's a good thing. I personally was looking at it thinking I'd probably go with a yellow key as a thing, just because I don't have that many red keys out there that I want to use up. So,
Right.
but I think that's what five less uses than the red in the month.
That's right. 5 less uses, so 5 less experience doses in boxes, and the resin at the end of the month you get 250,000 resin for a yellow versus 500,000 for red. So that extra 250,000 resin is probably going to cost you 100 grand in cubic coins in the auction house. So that's worth more than using a red key in a red bolt average. So
Yeah, so I think there is probably
if you've got
advantage.
red keys, I would go with the red if you're going to use it that many times.
Yeah, I think if I had a sufficient number of red keys, I think you've convinced me that would be the better use. Obviously, depends on what your schedule for the month is going to look like and how many times you can get to the gym. But in an ideal world, a red key sounds like that's probably you're getting value for it, right? Because that was the thing when I looked at it was like how much additional value am I getting from spending like effectively 10 yellow keys over 1 yellow key, and it looks like those 5 extra boxes are potentially worth it. And especially if you're going to need that additional experience to continue to level in cubies in the future. All right. So if I understood you correctly, at some point, if you get a level 50 QB in that gym, it would be paying at 250 for the QB plus another 100 for the level of the gym there, so 350 experience every gym session. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's. I'm on the fence right now. I haven't thought hard about if I'll level up summer QB next or do the architect. And there's some sense to doing the gym staff because there's this exponential compounding factor. If you get more experience per gym session.
You push it in.
I'm one of those
pay it out.
guys that's obsessed with trying to get the.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Yep.
Yes. No.
Yep.
I was just saying, I'm one of the people that's obsessed with trying to get a structure built quickly and architect leveling would help with that.
Yeah, we saw the from a Posey. She sent me a screenshot of your Jim being built and had the architect and 3 nail gun Kellys and everything else. Like it was pretty hard to compete with that, and right, like that was stacked.
We had never seen a full box of a builder, like a build going on where every spot was filled, and we're like, wow, that looks awesome. The architect and everybody else on there.
There's a lot of active players still in Toronto, so I know in some places there aren't as many these days, but Toronto still got a lot of players playing in the Cubieverse. The builds always fill up.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, I did not look before we got online here, but where are you placing on the builder leaderboard right now?
I am on the month or on the all. Well, I guess it's both. It's number one last time I checked.
Okay.
I think I got the double points for the month, and Adam, I've been trading back and forth on the all-time builder board with Adam, and the double Jim jumped me ahead of him. But he hasn't built his yet, so he might leapfrog me back when he finishes his Jim.
What was the double Jim? You got double points for being the first one?
Yeah, so you get double points if you build the first structure.
Oh, really?
And there's a lot of points for building, for cutting the ribbon on a structure. On a premium structure, it's 10,000 points. Mm-hmm. On the Gym, I don't know if the Gym's slightly more because it's sort of a premium structure. It costs more crystal keys than all the other premium structures did. So maybe there's a.
I would hope it would, right?
Yeah. Given how many crystal keys, you would think it should give you significant more than the 10,000, right?
Yeah.
So.
It might. It looks like it gave a lot of points, but we don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the thing, you don't know, and it's all a guessing game, right, at this point. But yeah, if you do get passed by somebody, we'll have to find out what they built, because I would think double points on the Gym.
Well, I would imagine I've built every single thing I can build. I don't anticipate staying there for the month. Anyone who builds multiple premiums this month will speed past me.
Oh, I doubt it.
Yeah.
I think if you got double points for that, I would think you should stay up nice and high. But yes, I guess there could be people building
5 premium structures in the month.
Yeah, but that you'd have to be a pretty dedicated and long-term player unless you're spending a fortune on getting all that resin and paint, right?
Right.
Like, I know when we did our sushi coffee shop.
2 months. 2 months where we were building like crazy.
Yeah, like I think I but spent over 6 million in resin, 6-7 million.
Yeah.
And like,
it's not many players can afford to dump, or you have the resources to dump that much in a month, right? So.
Yeah.
Right. You got to save up for it for sure.
Yeah.
So there's 2. Like getting basically, it's like you built 2 gyms, so yeah, you should be good. Like even if someone beats you, and you should definitely be in the top 5 or 10, I imagine. So one more nail gun Kelly, throw him in the pile, I guess.
How many nail gun Kellys do you have, anyways?
I have 4, so if I do come top 10, I'll be number 5.
Do you ever sell any of them once, or are you just stockpiling?
I have bin them and market to players who wanted to do a builder board run.
Yeah.
And then they sold them back to me because it can be hard to get a lot of premium structures built in a month with starting with rares. So, but other than that, I have.
Have you seen all updated not updated? Have you seen all the QB blueprints up on the market? Have you been bidding on any of those? Any
Yeah,
different
so
current? Or
I was trying to get the big three, which were the Fire Dragon, the Black Cat, and the Necromancer. I don't have any of those blueprints. I was bidding aggressively on each of those, and life distracted me just enough that I missed out on all three. So kudos to Marduk and Gia and whoever else got the all those.
How much
Do you
did
know what
they
they
end
were?
up going for?
I think the Black Cat and the Necro went for about 1.2, and
Wow.
the Fire Dragon went for I think 2.1.
Wow.
Gia won that, so
Wow.
good for her.
Like-
I'm sure she'll be printing a lot more than I would have time to. So hopefully there'll be lots of Fire Dragons flowing now.
Yeah, you get your investment back. You definitely want to be printing and selling for premium, but and at those prices too is pretty impressive, given that the overall price of stuff in the market has come down. So 1.2.
Fire Dragon's pretty exclusive, so whenever it's like maybe a one of three, you could find yourself having a one of one at some point down the road. So that's a value, potentially a very valuable one. But with them possibly coming back now, you never know. They could release another batch of blueprints in a while, and there could be another one that comes out. So they're very hard to value. It's just the game, though. Just enjoy it. Roll with the punches.
Would you be going after a vampire blueprint if they come up? One comes up.
I don't. I doubt very much I could afford to win that one. I think that one would be very sought after, and I'm sure whoever has the highest stack would win that one.
I've been keeping my eye open for that, but after hearing you say that you may not have a big enough bank account for it, or Cubiecoin, I'm thinking I'm going to be bidding early. So.
Well, I think Makiki has the biggest bank account, but he's a very kind player. I know he doesn't have Fire Dragon, because I know there were just three he didn't have, but he was bidding on it, and then he stopped. So maybe life got in the way of his auction house ending time.
Or possibly same thing where he got distracted by life too, right? So.
And nothing worse than having to leave the headquarters when you're in the middle of all that at the end of a bidding war, right?
Well, I took my headquarters with me, but I still managed to mess it up somehow. Rookie move, I guess.
So.
But anyway, I've actually got to run. I've got to get my son from hockey practice. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't know it's time. And it was great. It's great talking to you. Really appreciate you coming on. Good seeing you.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Okay, thanks. Have a good night.
Have a great night.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Take care.
Bye. So, atrocities. Tell me about your Cubieverse.
Well, I think we just had a great conversation with Rashu. I just want to thank him again for coming along. That was pretty cool. Good to hear his insight on the gym, because I think everybody's interested in that structure. Not one we've had or had opportunity to use just yet, but I think it's good. As to my week in the Cubieverse, I'm going to say that I think, as you know, I didn't do Adventure Road this month again, so I'm on the free to play. I'm working my way along. I think I just hit level 20 today. So I'm actually enjoying it a bit more, being free to play on the Adventure Road, because usually we'll get done quite quickly, and then it's so we'll do some of the stuff, but it's not as critical. And but now every day the Adventure Road options come up. I'm trying to do them. Want to do them kind of more focused on getting them done, and it's lasting longer. So I am liking that approach, just from that point of view. And as I said, I don't think I'm really missing anything in regards to what's on the premium side at this point. However, I know I did. I I have, when I've done this so far, I've been lucky enough so far to get all the cubies I've been up for uh, available out of the auction house. And this month, I still don't have the cubie yet, but I got actually ended up with 2 copies of this month's headquarters quite early. In fact, I think I had a copy of that headquarters before you did, Gold Miner, didn't I? The headquarters.
You did. I found yours in the auction house for you.
Yes, you found that for me, so that was great.
I think you got it probably 3 or 4 days before I got mine.
Yeah, it was just, I thought it was kind of neat. So just as long as this month's Cubie coin is, or not Cubie coin, Wild West Cubie is not a builder, I think I'm good.
It's I got mine. It is not a builder.
Okay, good. I thought you said it for a second. It is a builder. Like, uh-oh.
No, it's not a builder. So. And I keep looking for that one in the auction house for you, but no such luck yet.
Yeah.
Up for like 200,000, he'll probably buy it.
Yeah. Well, the month they get a builder this month, I'm definitely getting Adventure Road for sure. Other than that, I think we went out. It was yesterday. It was the day before. Anyways, it was happy hour. Grabbed some trade shacks and hit on a trade shack. So I got 2,400 werewolf fur, which was excellent. I always love big payout like that. So that's always cool. Otherwise, I think those kind of highlights from my weekend in Cubieverse. Did a couple buddy quests still. They were good. But what about you, Gold Miner? How was your week in Cubieverse?
Not overly eventful. I had a buddy quest on Thursday. That went really textbook perfect. Then I did one of the trade checks. I think I got an extra 1,000 or 2,000 celestial dust. I think that was last night.
Yeah, she got big celestial dust.
Must have been 1,000.
I think it was 1,000 because it wasn't happy hour.
Yeah, it wasn't happy hour. And then I feel like I've been hitting a lot more pizza shops this week. I was trying to that one day when we had to up or get 3 levels up. I while you were at work, I was just running around in some pizza shops. Then
so
let's see.
Let me interrupt you there. But what is it with these level up cubies back to back to back? I think we got 2 last week where you had the level up 3 cubies, a 3 cubie levels, and then even today, I think, or yesterday, there was 1 cubie. And it's they haven't had these in there consistently in a long time, and then suddenly just bam, just maximum cubie leveling. Have you noticed that?
I have. And likewise, there haven't been a lot of bid on something in the auction house, which I rather like that because I just find the cheapest thing and just throw a small bid on it, right?
Yeah.
Something I don't need a lot in the auction house, so I just kind of bid on, as I said, the cheapest thing. And what I do need, I always end up paying out for. But it's what I do need. You have to keep kind of your eye out for something, and it's very sporadic when it comes up for sale. So. But yeah, so I also finished the Adventure Road, I think middle of the week or so. So that's done and over with. I did buy the Adventure Road, though, unlike you. But so that's completed. But I know what you mean. It's kind of oh, well, I don't need to do the Adventure Road. But then if we're out someplace and you're going for it, I'm well, I might as well go for it too. And, so it's kind of like that. On my way home from work today, I drove past Genmo's pizza shop, which ribbon has not been cut. So, Genmo, if you're watching, I was going to visit your pizza shop on my way home and wasn't able to. So, cut your ribbon.
Yeah, cut your ribbons. Remember, cut your ribbons, people.
Yeah, I was sure I was past there. Well, not sure. I know I was past there about a month ago. I thought it was open and I wasn't able to stop, wasn't it? Or was that me putting stuff in it?
I think we're putting stuff in it. I recall that for sure.
But it's been done for a while, so.
Yeah.
I don't know,
other Adventure Road stuff, equipping cubies. I hate. Sorry, those are easy if I have the cubie. I don't mind them coming up, but I hate how it's like, okay, find my cubie, put it on, great, and then I gotta go searching for the cubie I just had on, right? Like,
suffering from first world problems.
I guess it is a first world problem, but it'd be nice if I could just like have a list of like cubies you recently used cubies or something like that, so I can just flash it on, flash it off, and be good. So
okay, so I 100% agree with you on that. I've often thought, like, well, this is just such a pain in the ass to have to flip back and forth and then search it up, because as you know, like you have something like 60 dolls in there that you're like you have to scroll through, and like obviously you can manually type in what you're looking for, but
well, I can't scroll anymore, right? Like I have to use the search for cubies.
You can't scroll because of all
I can, but it's just like know, as I said, I got 60 dolls all stacked together.
And I've got that same problem with too many dolls and too many Christmas boxes or gifts.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Love to see if there's a way to organize your vault or inventory in a way that made sense to you. Right?
Yeah. Well, and likewise, like there's a lot of little things that, like, if you're going to print a blueprint as well, or a cubie from a blueprint, and I know it's been mentioned many times on Discord, but I can't, like, it's hard to tell what those little icons are. They're just too small. Even if you could just, blow them up a little bit so you could see what they are a little better, or even have their name. Obviously, it would, if their name was underneath it, it would be very small print. But I think even if you pull it up, it doesn't say the name. It just says what you need.
No, it doesn't say the name at all. No, I hear you.
So it's very I know first world problems here, but it's just very. As I get older and I have to hold my phone further away, it just, my arm doesn't reach that far to be able to see what that properly is. So.
For sure. And I see here, like, Posey's recommend that I use the dolls as sacrifice. Good point. I think that's probably one way we get rid of the dolls. And then J-Bone, of course, says he's sick of wearing the summer cubies as level them up to sacrifice, which is also true. I know I mentioned this before, but I had an idea where, like, can I not have a cubie that is the one I'm leveling, but I can wear any cubie I want? Because, like, for instance,
like a different you're leveling.
Yeah, different than what the one I'm leveling doesn't have to be the one I've equipped. For instance, all of those cubies we get from Adventure Road, when can you use them? You don't want to level them because they don't give you any benefits, right? So, like in this case, you're leveling up these summer cubies because you need them sacrificed. So that's the only type of cubie you can wear. So, unless you flash on some other cubie for Adventure Road, so right, but and I agree, it is fun to see what everyone's leveling and speculate, but maybe you can show both that information somehow, right? Like both my leveling cubie and my equipped cubie or something like that.
Do you want to show your leveling and why you're leveling?
I'm got the Canadian Mountie equipped because at the last Adventure Road, Illusion Weaver had...
Adventure Road.
What? No, Hunter's Lodge, yes.
Lodge, yes.
Hunter's Lodge. Illusion Weaver indicated the thoughts for the future is that the current Mountie is what you would get for newbies, and then, once you've got a level 10 one, you would in the future you'd have more advanced Canada Day type of activity, and they do that for all the national holidays, right? So that's cool. So that's why I'm doing that.
And I'm confident because you said I should.
Right?
I've actually got 2 on the go because I was thinking that if I have 2 and that actually is needed, then I might be able to sell one.
Right.
Jumping back to my days of back when we used to be Coin Hunt World, and those Mounties were selling for quite a bit of coin
Yes.
or key back in those days, where we sold quite a few for a good chunk of keys, but now they're worthless. But maybe a level 10 might be worth a chunk of Cubie coins.
Yeah, people maybe sell them. I imagine though a level 11 one would be worth a hell of a lot more.
Well, build your gym then.
Right. I'm planning on it. J-Bone says that he looks like he's waiting for the newest OSM pull. I assume he's waiting on that so he can start working on a gym. I would say to you, J-Bone.
Jabone.
J-Bone.
And I think I could be wrong, judging by the QB, and I believe we've met her in person.
Yeah.
I believe Jabone is a female, not a male. But I could be wrong. Just to give the proper pronunciation.
Okay. Great.
Because I know you like to massacre names and everything.
Hey, if I can say a name right, that's near miracle.
Yeah.
Anyways, my point is that we have had places where we wanted to build the past, that there was data in the OSM database, but it hadn't gone to Coin Hunt World or Cubieverse yet. So we put a ticket in, and they were able to add that structure tag in game quite quickly for us. So if you're waiting on that, you might want to suggest putting in a ticket and get that up and running faster for you, if that is in fact what you're waiting to do. So yes, I agree with some of those comments in the contents. So all right.
He just can't speak. Also, I'm still finding it a real pain with the iOS steps and walking quests. Although they have been sending in some back-owed rewards, which have been a relatively decent amount. It just seems like I'm still having issues, and sometimes like I'll turn off my phone and I'm at like 20% or 10% through, and then I'll turn on my phone and it'll buzz. It'll say I have a pack, like it says I have mail, which clears a step or my steps or my walking goals. And it shows, you look at your walking goals and it's moved up to the next level, but now you don't have a box, which is frustrating. I really hope that they can get that problem fixed sometime soon, because I'm sure I'm not the only one suffering from that.
You may have to switch back to Android and hotspotting again or so. But I must say, I was kind of jealous with some of those compensation packages of blue keys you got showing up this week. So,
I think I got a total of like 650 or 700 blue keys, which was pretty nice. And I think I got about, maybe 1,500, 1,600, maybe a bit more in white keys. So it has been a decent amount of keys that they've been sending through, but it's been, 2-3 weeks now of this issue.
So are people in chat getting that sort of compensation, or are they getting more or less or about that level? I'd be interested to know that. So, but yeah. And the thing is too, like, everything was working fine, and then it blows up and they can't fix it. And, like, what the heck?
Also of note, and I just read this today. I don't know if anybody else has read it, but and actually Rashu mentioned it at the very beginning. How Cubieverse wiki is not working right now, but apparently it's over data for the month. So he's looking at Marlov. That is looking at getting it reset. If not, it'll be back up and running for April the 1st. And he put in brackets, not a joke.
Yeah.
Or not an April Fool.
Yeah, because he said, or you said that they normally don't go anywhere near the cap, but this month, for some reason, like they hit the cap super fast. So they're hoping it's a mistake and they can get it reset, right? And if not, beginning of the month. So maybe, of course, it's as a result of some of those ads that they got spammed all over that site now. As I was saying recently, that it feels like the site's been vandalized with it's almost unusable on a phone. Yeah, so awesome.
It is a great site. Like what he's done with it is like I find I refer to it quite frequently. So he's done a good job.
All right. So, and hey, I do agree that with ads to raise funds and whatnot there, but tone down the number of locations ads are popping up or so. Like I get the ads, just like I go to that site, and if I hadn't been there before, I might be thinking it's more of a spammier site, just because the number of ads are there like everywhere. So.
But sometimes there are certain sites, like I have a few sites I use that do these spammy ads, but it's okay. It's worth it because I'm happy with the site itself. And, like I have an ebook thing that has all these annoying ads popping up and overriding, as well as that one does too, like Wiki does as well. But, I'm okay with that. I can live with that. It's raising them funds. They're doing a good job, Yeah,
I'm just finding it's not useful on the phone anymore. So I'm good with them on the PC, but just maybe tone down a bit. Anyways, that's it. So I'll get off my soapbox on that one. I was going to throw this idea out here, see what chat thinks and what your thoughts here in regards to potential improvements in Venture Road. Right now, it's more of it's a straight road, right? One path, one way path, one direction. I would like to see in Adventure Road maybe some paths, some multiple ways through it, so you get to a point, and then you can pick one type section of rewards or another section of rewards. So it splits, and you can choose, do you want paint? And you can go down the paint path, and if you prefer common resources over the paint, you can go down the common resource path, and then they merge back in, and then maybe you get another choice of options to go down.
How about this? Like, having finished with 15 days to spare, why not make it so it could be longer for extra little rewards, like extra paint, for example, or paint in general, or I realize they're probably maxed or capped at what they want to give out, but give me something special if I do a little bit further,
So maybe you get to the end with some forks, and then you can go back, take the alternate fork, but instead of 300 points to move it up, it takes you like 1,000 points as an example, or whatever to move through.
Yeah, well, yeah, something like that.
But opposing in
bigger rewards as well.
Yeah, Posey likes my fork idea, so there's one for the fork. So, right, and it can be multiple forks too, right? So you have a bunch of choices, and
look like a bridge.
Well, it doesn't have to go all that, because they can go out and in and out and in, right? So you don't have to make one decision here that pushes all the way out here, whereby you can say, okay, here's a section, comes back in another section or what it happens to be, right? So, just something that, as I say, spice it up, give some options on really what you need for your account. Like right now, I don't need paint. I don't want paint. So the paint options aren't good to me. Like I prefer common resources over paint, but at the same time, I prefer rare resources over common resources. So give me some.
And yes, spice it up, as Posey said.
Right? For sure.
Like, it's very, like, I find that we get too many recycled resources in it. Like, stuff that, like you've just gotten in the past couple months. And I don't need that. Like, give me something else. Like, and I'm sure there's lots of people that probably need what's given out. But, or maybe have, like, newbie track and a non, like,
But you don't. One would be more newbie focused versus non-newbie focused. You don't have to call them newbie versus non-newbie, right?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, have one that's a little harder for the people that have been longer that could benefit from.
Like creepy dolls. If there was a path that had like creepy dolls up every side of them, creepy doll blueprints, I'd probably take that path, right?
I do. Likewise, you put some of those creepy dolls in the shop, and I'll be all over those.
Right. So.
Have you noticed? And maybe I'm speaking to the wrong person. Maybe I'm speaking to everybody who's watching. The slowdown in the auction house. Like, it just seems like there's so little in the auction house. Now I realize Illusion Weaver posted a whole bunch of new QB blueprints this week, and that was great, and that was fun to kind of watch the numbers. But other than that, like, sometimes, like, blueprints for, like, the headquarters, sometimes there's like one thing in there, and it's like other times there's 6 or 7 or 10 or 15 or it's just, even in general, as you're scrolling through QBs that are for sale, there's not a lot of stuff up, and it's just like, what's going on?
I've noticed that does come and go at points, because I remember a couple months ago it was the same thing where there wasn't a lot, then it picked it up. I don't know. There was it yesterday, like, post something in the auction house, which I think is good to help fill the content there, so maybe that posts up more often.
I agree with that. However, it drives me batty to see somebody put something up for like $1.5 million because they're putting it up just to put it up with the thought that, oh, no one's ever going to buy it at this.
Yeah.
Like, there should kind of be, like, that's crazy. Like, why waste a green key on that?
I agree.
But,
so
I don't know.
All right. So we're hitting 9, so we should be wrapping up. But the final thing I had here, and Opposing made a comment.
Ninja event soon. Is there actually a ninja event?
So Shadow Ninja event, March 29th, as per Hunter's Lodge. If you recall, Gold Miner, they had the schedule of all the events for the rest of the year.
I'm working, and I never even went back and
yeah. So, yeah.
That'll be fun.
So there's supposed to be one major event a quarter, I believe, and then hopefully a coin hunt event every month with a minor event at least during the month. So I think the Ninja is supposed to be a minor event or so. I might be wrong. Maybe it's a major event, but I thought, as I remember, it's a more of a minor event. So we'll see what happens with that, and hopefully we get some more information on that between now and next week or so. We can go over. But yeah, 29th is 2 weeks, and that's it's coming up. So hopefully that'll be exciting, and as a result, some stuff will be on the auction house as, when that's over. So awesome.
Okay.
Any final comments there, Gold Miner? Anything you want to add?
No.
Talk about?
I think I kind of went over everything I had on my list. But it was great to have Rishu come in and talk to us and tell us all about the gym, or more about the gym structure, and yeah. So,
yeah, no, that's good. It was good. It was great having him on. He's a wealth of knowledge. And as you said, he's in a lot of chats and whatnot. And honestly, I was kind of surprised he wasn't doing the
Buddy Quest.
Buddy Quest. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But cool.
So I do have one thing to say: like, subscribe, and comment. Beat you to it.
All right. Okay. Thank you,
So-
everybody. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
Happy hunting.
Happy hunting.